Unleash the power of knowledge and connect with the heartbeat of the African diaspora. Download our African Diaspora News Channel app now on Google Play and Apple App Store. Stay informed with authentic and diverse perspectives, breaking news, and cultural insights. Immerse yourself in a community that celebrates unity, resilience, and progress. Experience the vibrancy of the diaspora at your fingertips. Don't miss out. Empower your perspective today. Search African Diaspora News Channel and join the conversation.
Tell me if this sounds familiar. Big, powerful country swoops into a strategic region, invests billions, and suddenly everything changes. Sounds like something straight out of a political thriller. But this isn't fiction. It's actually happening right now in the Horn of Africa. Saudi Arabia is making a very interesting move by investing heavily in Eritrea's Assab port. And trust me, this isn't just about building ports. It's about control, it's about influence, and maybe even blocking Ethiopia from ever touching the Red Sea again. My name is Ify Igwe, and this is the African Diaspora News Channel. First, why is this tiny port in Eritrea so important? Well, the Red Sea is one of the most important trade routes in the world. It connects Europe, Asia, and Africa. So if you control access to the Red Sea, you control a major chunk of global trade. Now, Ethiopia, one of Africa's largest economies, has no coastline, zero. They lost it when Eritrea gained independence, and ever since, Ethiopia has been trying to figure out how to get its own direct access to the sea. Now, for years, Ethiopia has looked at Eritrea's ports, specifically the Assab port, as its best option. In fact, some reports suggest Ethiopia has even considered military action to make that happen. But with Saudi Arabia stepping in, that might actually be impossible right now. So why is Saudi Arabia suddenly interested in Eritrea? Simple: power and influence. The Red Sea is already a battlefield for global power. The UAE, China, Turkey, they all have a piece of that pie. And now Saudi Arabia is making sure they're not left out as well. By investing billions in Assab, Saudi Arabia is basically telling Ethiopia, yeah, you're not getting this port at all. It's also making sure that Eritrea doesn't feel the need to negotiate with Ethiopia. So if Saudi Arabia backs Eritrea financially, Eritrea wouldn't have to actually consider making deals with its landlocked neighbor. For Eritrea, this may be a win. They get money, security, protection from major world power. For Saudi Arabia, they expand their influence and they keep rivals like the UAE and Turkey in check. The biggest loser in all of this is Ethiopia. Because without access to the sea, Ethiopia is permanently dependent on its neighbors for trade. So right now, they actually rely on Djibouti's ports, but that comes with high costs and limited control, right? And it's not just Ethiopia that's affected. This could completely shake up regional politics. Somaliland, for example, has its own port in Berbera that's backed by the UAE. If Assab becomes stronger, could that threaten Berbera's importance? Possibly. And let's not forget, when powerful countries actually start making these kinds of moves, other powerful countries start paying attention. China, the US, the UAE, they all have a stake in what happens in the Red Sea. If Saudi Arabia's move actually triggers a reaction, we could see new alliances forming and even more money being poured into these ports. So what does this all mean? Well, it means the Red Sea just got even more competitive. It means Ethiopia might be in trouble if they don't figure out an alternative plan. And it means Saudi Arabia is playing a long game, one that could actually redefine who holds the power in this region. But what do you think? Is this just a smart investment from Saudi Arabia, or is there something bigger at play? Could this even lead to tensions or worse, conflict? Let me know in the comments, and of course, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives like this. See you in the next video. My name is Ify Igwe, and I'm reporting from Nigeria.